Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30 minutes wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogale Abikele Mafuru.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we bring you the latest occurrences around brands and in the field of advertising, marketing, and communication in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. MTN, a leading telecommunications company, has been named the best network in sub-Saharan Africa by global leading data and technology firms Ookla and Humart. Using insights from its data platform speed test, which tests internet connection performance, Ookla, a network firm based in the United States, measured four network providers, MTN, Airtel, Orange, and Vodacom, which account for 62% of internet subscriptions in sub-Saharan Africa, to determine which network provider have the fastest internet speeds and which cities have the fastest internet connections. MTN South Africa came first with a median download speed of 65.95 MPDs, followed by Vodacom South Africa and Safaricom Kenya, with median download speeds of 48.71 MPDs and 36.25 MPDs respectively. According to the report, MTN Nigerian's media download speed is 26.3 MPDs. Nimbus Media, a leading digital out-of-home advertising company, has announced that entries to participate in its AID project, which aims to provide free advertising to startups, particularly women-owned businesses, has ended with 587 entries received. Speaking to Marketing Edge, Olawale Adegoge, Chief Executive Officer Nimbus, stated that the grand finale of Nimbus AID project will hold on the 25th of November at the prestigious Harbour Point, Victoria Island, Lagos. According to him, the initiative, which will be providing 2 million naira worth of free advertising on its LED screens across the country, is geared to support small business owners who lack the required resources to assess such exposure for their businesses. Entries for the 2022 Nimbus AID project, which was known as Nominate a Charity, started on September 21st, 2022 and ended on October 5th, 2022. Leading quick service restaurant Eat and Go Limited has appointed Olushola Adeoko, an astute human resource manager, as group marketing director. Prior to his appointment, the human resource expert had earlier held several roles as human resource manager, head of development, director development, logistics, and warehousing at Eat and Go. With a career spanning more than 13 years in human resource management and general office administration and various organizations, Mr. Adeoko has competencies and skills for cross-cultural and international sensitivities, with the ability to deliver on corporate organizational objectives and strategic imperative within a globally competitive business landscape. To encourage inclusivity, participatory membership, and spirit of service, the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, NIMN, has honored the former second Vice President Chuka Ebora for his outstanding and exemplary contributions to the growth and development of the institute. Presenting a gift to express appreciation for its noteworthy contributions over the years, President of the Institute, Idori Agenang, stated that the occasion is to recognize the exceptional works done by Mr. Chuka Ebora in driving the vision of the body by demonstrating excellence and zeal in varied leadership roles within the Institute. The NIMN boss described Mr. Chuka Ebora as a very astute fellow of the Institute who has been very supportive, who contributed immensely to the growth of the Institute. Nigerian Para Powerlifting Federation (NPPF) has lauded Peak Milk, a leading dairy brand, for its continued support to the Federation's athletes as they continually strive to win medals for Nigeria in international competitions. The team, also known as the Unstoppables, which sustained the impeccable performance at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in England and the 22nd African Championships, recounted heartwarming tales of the brand during the peak breakfast with the Unstoppables held recently. At the event, Managing Director of Friesland Campina Sub-Sahara African Cluster affirmed the continued support of the Unstoppables by Nigeria's foremost milk brand. The event also saw the Federation receiving new sets of top-of-the-line wheelchairs in addition to nutritional support to nourish the athletes to even greater performances in upcoming competitions.
Well, that was brand news. Next is Brandon Focus after this break.
What's up, man?
I trained so hard for just one shot.
At least you won. For me, I've been training my whole life, hoping that one day I'll get signed. It's been crazy.
God, how old you be?
My coach never gave me age.
You think that's crazy? Crazy is having a job and a boss like mine.
Really? No one understands. Compared to making thousands of decisions daily, it's exhausting.
If decision making is all I have to do all day, then my life would have been blissful.
Try practicing a dance routine and tell me what's more challenging.
Challenge. Being a single mother no be beans, my dear. That's why anytime I need that extra energy, Amber Energy drink day for me.
Stimulate the energy in you.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Brand in Focus. In today's economic climate, how a brand stands out and makes a name for itself is more important than ever. In addition, how a brand builds lasting relationships with its customers is what keeps the brand ahead of competition. A recent research has shown that the biggest representative of a brand is content, and for content to have a maximum impact, it must be consistent. According to Shutterstock, 60% of marketers create a minimum of one piece of content each day. Maintaining brand consistency in all that content would require a variety of content creators, as each writer has their own unique personality and style. According to McKinsey & Co., brand consistency means making sure the words, design, perspective, and offerings all relate to the way a brand wants to express itself. It is the secret to customer satisfaction. When a content story is inconsistent, a brand seems disingenuous. If customers connect to a brand story on one page, then jump to a different page and see a completely different story, they feel disconnected. To make the customers happy, a brand should produce consistent content because by improving the customer's experience, the brand also improves its value. Inconsistent content is unpredictable, and unpredictability dissuades customers from trusting a brand. Inconsistent branding confuses the customers by forcing them to do the hard work of keeping track of what the brand is talking about, while consistent content fosters relationships with consumers. According to Edelman Trust Barometer, 67% of customers say they'll only continue buying products from a brand if they trust the company behind them. In all relationships, trust is built through consistency. Communicating the same value in the same voice at every customer touchpoint develops a reliable brand personality. When people can count on a brand, they will be more loyal. What's more, a PricewaterhouseCoopers study found that 1 in 3 customers say they'll walk away from a brand they love after a single bad experience. Customers pick up on mistakes immediately. Therefore, if a brand wants customers to always think about it and focus on the heart of the messages, the content must be clear and consistent. In addition to making a brand's offerings more desirable, a research by Lucy Press has shown that on average, consistency increases revenue by 23%. In other words, the more people get to know and trust a brand, the more likely they buy that brand's product or take advantage of its services.
With our branding focus, next is industry conversation, where we have interactions with distinguished men and women who have made great impact in the positioning and promotion of brands. Well, this week we will be continuing on the conversation we started last week with the Managing Director and Founder of ARC Technologies Group, Mr. Uche Ubo, after this break.
What's up, man?
I trained so hard for just one shot.
At least you won. For me, I've been training my whole life, hoping that one day I'll get signed. It's been crazy.
Guy, how old you be?
My coach never give me age.
You think that's crazy? Crazy is having a job and a boss like mine.
Really? No one understands. Compared to making thousands of decisions daily, it's exhausting.
If decision making is all I have to do all day, then my life would have been blissful.
Try practicing a dance routine and tell me what's more challenging.
Challenge. Being a single mother no be beans, my dear. That's why anytime I need that extra energy, Amber Energy drink day for me.
Stimulate the energy in you.
You are my sunlight. You are my sunlight.
Sunlight makes things easier, so you can do more.
You are my sunlight.
When you become more, you inspire others to be more too. Sunlight is here to support you as you reach for more success.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
So let's come to your company, ARC Technologies Group.
Yes.
Your company. And in your response, you said you have, branches in 5 countries of the world. Are they West African countries or?
One East African country and then 4 West Africa. For now, we are within Africa. But we know that we're expanding beyond Africa. We know that we will be in Europe within the next 6 months because the plan is already been in place. We will continue to expand because, again, there is demand. What we do is a little bit, I would say we copied what we've seen elsewhere and pasted special, okay? Looking at our environment. So, yes, expansion is one of the things it's one of the things that thrills me to see that we're able to, some of the things that are sounded like dreams are beginning to come to reality. So yes, we are.
I like the fact that you made mention of dreams,
yes.
And we've clearly, followed your story, how you started this company 12 years ago.
Yes.
And becoming the first assembly,
ATM machines, yes.
company in Nigeria.
Yes.
So walk us through how that has been for you in terms of your growth, your transition over the years.
Okay, so I used to be a banker, right? So I'm used to being in the banking hall and being in bank head offices. So in terms of the thinking, I was part of it at some earlier years of my career. And so when I decided that I was going to do my own thing, I felt it was good to provide services to the industry that I understand. And after my studies in UK, because I went to Cranfield for my master's in UK, and then I knew I was coming back to do not for paid employment. So, but the area that I know best was banking. So I went into it. And as at that 2010, e-banking or digital banking, as we call it now, was still at its very early stage. Okay. And that's when we got into it. So we found out that the ATM industry, as at that time, was really beginning to come up, beginning to boom, and there were very few number of practitioners that time. Some are not even local, not Nigerian. And we saw a space to play. And based on the fact that I did some job in a company that does similar work that I currently do in UK, it was easier for me to say, let me take this that I have seen here and go and put it in my country. And that's how we started. So we started from first repairing the parts, but we moved on to refurbishing ATMs by the bank. Then we moved on to maintenance of ATMs. Then we moved on to sales of ATMs, right? And to the point now where we're now saying, at this point, we should have an indigenous or what we call local content in our ATM industry. So that's how we moved from one stage to the other stage to the point where we are, where we said we need to have our people get to know. It's been an interesting journey for me because I saw it from nothing, right? At that point, I mean, a lot of banks wouldn't talk to a purely local company. You know, the people that we had then, in fact, there was no refurbishment before we started. And the people that we had then were either representing foreign companies or they are here themselves, you know. But today, a lot of us in the business are all local. And I would say that the fact that we survived from the time we started also gives some other people the courage to come into it. And I'm happy that we're all moving on, hoping that things get better, hoping that the situation we found ourselves, which we all know gets better in the future.
Okay, so we understand that you started very small.
Yes.
From a very...
Yes, we started from the kitchen of the boys' quarters of my friend's office in Oshodi. And at that point, it was clear where we were going, okay? Because I've seen it elsewhere, so it was clear. But we started very small because no bank will give you money. Nobody will support you, especially when it is only ideas we are talking about. And so we started from there to acquiring our own place, to now acquiring our factory now in the same Oshodi, okay? And also able to move our group head office to Victoria Island. So it's been a humble beginning, encouraged by the Nigerian spirit, if you understand what I mean. So it's been a humble beginning, and looking back, I would say if I have an opportunity, I'll do what I've done before. I'm so happy to have come this far.
So I would like to know what the vision and mission is for the company, as well as what motivated you to continue to thrive despite the challenges, because I know it must have been challenging.
Sure.
The last 12 years.
The vision is very clear. Be the leading technology support company in Africa, okay? Meaning whatever device, whatever that is required to provide the last mile service to the customer, let's support you digitally, okay? So that's the vision. Now, how I'm excited to run through it, because the thing about technology is that there's always a new thing that excites you. And so I see a lot of things happening, and that's give rise to what we started, what we call ATM Academy. And now we have now expanded it not to just be ATM, but a school where young people are trained to be able to fix these devices, be it POS, be it ATM, be it card printing machines, be it time stamping if they still have, be it anything. So we've started a place that people come in, get trained, we look at the performance, we certify them, and they're able to get job either working with us or working with some other cooperating or competing companies. So it's something that I'm excited, to be involved in. And I will tell you, I've devoted the whole 12 years of my life doing this. It's nothing else that I've taken my time except what we currently do.
Okay, so let's look into the future.
Okay.
Now, we've seen that there's a lot of concern when it comes to cybersecurity.
Correct.
So what is your company doing to address these issues?
We partnered with one of the world giants as well to bring in cybersecurity in Nigeria. That's part of what we're doing. And so we saw it as one of the things that will be very necessary, because by the time you move people's ability to spend from physical to virtual, right? From physical carrying the money to the money being somewhere in the air, you need to protect it. And so we felt that we knew, as at the time this was happening, that the security counterpart is very necessary. And so we are working very hard with our partners. Our partner actually in this case is called Data Protect. We're working very hard with them in making sure that, again, the people that we have digitalized their money, so to speak, do not lose it. Okay. It's just that I will also say that Nigeria has not been worse hit, when you see what happens everywhere. And I would not want it to happen to us. And so that's an area we have invested in. It's an area that we are going to be training people in the training school that we have built.
Okay, so in terms of government support so far in the last 12 years, are there any ways the government has supported you to improve on your business?
Zero. There's no way we have gotten any support from any government.
Have there been any kind of engagement with any government?
We tried in the past, but we just found out that it's rather than help was derailing us or diverting. Will I say derail? Was more like making us dissipate our energy instead of concentrating it. And so, of course, we know there's Bank of Industry. You don't talk about commercial bank on this kind of thing somehow, because it's a business that first you have to get the raw material, then you produce, then you sell. The interest rate in Nigeria is not conducive in commercial banks anyway. It's not conducive to go into this. So on that basis, we felt, let us grow organically. Let us, put our money in what we can do. And the government interventions. The problem is that, personally, my own experience is that if you want to pursue it, you spend very good time, too much time that you could use for other things. It doesn't come the way it's announced, the way it's seen in the TV, the way you see the advert. It doesn't come like that, And because we're driving, or I'm driving the process of us getting to our dreams, I felt it might be better for me to concentrate, We would wish that there is government support or even government policies geared towards making sure that what we produce, is consumed well, or is the duties with which we used to bring in the raw material is reduced. Okay, we would like that, but so far we haven't had that. Maybe as I hand over to the younger ones that is coming up and the trainings that we're having, I might have time now to begin to run through Abuja and the Lausa and the Lion House in Enugu and different places. But for now, it was a distraction. The times that we tried going through that, it was a distraction, and I felt it wasn't the best decision to take as at that time. Yes.
So you said your flagship offering is ATM.
Correct.
So clearly, tell us what other offerings you have.
So we have ATMs, we have card personalization devices. So when you walk into any branch today of a bank in Nigeria, they give you your card instantly. Okay. So that device that makes them to give you your card instantly is one of the things that we sell. Okay, we import them, but we are also able to fix them if it goes bad. Okay, and then we also have the POS itself. So the supermarket POS is part of what we sell. So if you want to the checkouts, we are also, as well as the payment terminals, it's part of the things that we're doing. Both of them are called POS, but one is the checkouts we are the supermarket. We are behind. The supermarkets are in front, attending to you if you buy something, but we are behind to make them be able to do that. The banks they have their banking hall. We are behind, so work with them to make sure that you get your money and be able to spend it whatever you want. And like I said, data security is one thing. Cyber security is one thing that we have also invested so heavily on. And the reason why we're doing that, we know that these are things that are going to be for the future.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
But that's it on Marketing Edge on TV this week. Do well to join us same time next week for another interesting time. I'm Ogalia Bikele Mafru. Bye for now.